103.5 FM. I am Temitope Dada. In the news this afternoon, opposition parties slam federal government over $100 million presidential jet purchase. On the foreign scene, U.S. pushes for Gaza ceasefire as blinking heads to Egypt. And in business news, Dangote refinery to roll out petrol in September. While on the entertainment news, TJ of BB Niger Season 9 welcomes twin boys. And finally on sport news, Remo Stars take slim lead into CAF Champions League second leg. Now the news in detail. The People's Democratic Party and Labour Party have criticized the federal government for buying a new presidential jet worth $100 million without the National Assembly's approval. The PDP described the move as insensitive, citing the economic hardship faced by Nigerians. The party's Deputy National Publicity Secretary, Ibrahim Abdullahi, and Deputy Youth Leader, Timothy Osadolo, said the government's action prioritizes luxury over citizens' welfare. The Labour Party also condemned the purchase, with campaign spokesman Yunusa Tanko expressing concern that President Tinubu prioritizes convenience over Nigerians' well-being. Tanko noted that the economic hardship in the country makes the purchase worrisome. The new Airbus A330 business jet was acquired last month and is now registered with the Nigerian Air Force. Also in the news this afternoon, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has inaugurated a new special intervention squad to tackle banditry, kidnapping and other crimes in the country. The squad consists of 169 officers who were sworn in on Monday. According to the IGP, the team will focus on addressing the growing concerns of insecurity across Nigeria. The Special Intervention Squad is expected to work closely with other security agencies to identify and dismantle criminal networks. The IGP emphasized the need for a proactive approach to combating crime and protecting citizens. He also assured that the squad will operate with professionalism and respect for human rights. And now moving over to the news coming from the African scene. In a surprise move, Malawi's former president, Peter Mutharika, has been chosen to lead the main opposition Democratic Progressive Party into next year's presidential election. The 84-year-old, who governed Malawi for 6 years, had previously indicated he would not run for office again. However, he recently changed his mind, citing pressure from supporters who want him to save the country from being ruined by President Lazarus Chakwera. Mutharika's comeback sets the stage for a rematch against Chakwera, who defeated him in the 2020 presidential election rerun. That election was ordered by the Constitutional Court after it annulled the previous year's results. Mutharika's decision to run again has sparked mixed reactions, with some questioning his age and ability to lead, while others see him as a strong opposition candidate. And on the foreign news this afternoon, coming from the United States, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is heading for Egypt today for talks on a Gaza ceasefire as he ramps up efforts to end the 10-month conflict. Blinken met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem yesterday and will also visit Qatar, which is brokering negotiations for a truce alongside Egypt. The urgency of a ceasefire and hosted release deal has been underscored by the death in captivity of the 79-year-old Avraham Monda, a hostage held in Gaza. Munda's community said he endured physical and mental torture for months and called his death murder. There has been no comment from his captors. Blinken's diplomatic push comes as the U.S. seeks to secure a deal between Israel and Hamas. Also, a luxury yacht carrying 22 people, including UK tech tycoon Mike Lynch and his daughter Hannah, sank in a storm off Sicily on Monday. The British-flagged yacht with 10 crew and 12 passengers went near the port of Porticello when it went down. Among those missing are International Bank Chairman Jonathan Bloomer, Morgan Stanley Executive Clifford Chance, and lawyer Chris Mavillo. According to reports, the yacht's anchor was down when the storm struck, causing the mast to break and the ship to lose its balance and sink. The wreckage now lies in the sea at a depth of 50 meters. Divers are preparing to resume their search for the missing people. And coming from Israel this afternoon, Israel's military has said the bodies of 6 hostages have been retrieved from the Gaza Strip. A statement from the Israel Defense Forces said the bodies were recovered from the Khan Yunus area on Monday. 5 of their deaths had already been announced by Israel, though Avraham Munda was thought to still be alive. The recovery operation was carried out by the IDF alongside the security agency Shin Bet. The Hostage Families Forum says the 6 men had all been kidnapped alive during Hamas attacks on southern Israel on the 7th of October before being taken into Gaza. If you're just joining us, you are listening to the World News on Honor 103.5 FM. Remember to follow and like all our social media pages at Honor 103.5 FM. You can listen live on the Radio Garden app at Honor FM Ibadan. And now to the business news. The federal government has announced that the Dangote Petroleum Refinery will commence the rollout of petrol, popularly known as premium motor spirit, in September this year. Additionally, the government disclosed that the sale of crude oil to Dangote Refinery and other local refineries will begin on October 1st, 2024. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, made this announcement during a meeting with the Implementation Committee in Abuja on Monday. The meeting aimed to review progress on key initiatives and outline roles for stakeholders, including regulatory authorities and financial institutions. The government's move is seen as a significant step towards boosting local refining capacity and reducing reliance on imported petroleum products. And moving on to the entertainment scene, Big Brother Niger Season 9 housemate TJ has welcomed a set of twins with his wife. TJ, who is still on the show, is one of the better pair on the No Lose Guard edition of the show. TJ's management, in an Instagram post on Monday, announced that the twins were born on Sunday, August 18, 2024, and both the mother and the boys are in excellent health. The 71-day show will end on October 6, 2024. And finally, on the sport news, Remo Stars have taken a slim lead into the second leg of their CAF Championship League tie against Asfar of Rocco after winning the first leg 2-1 in Ikene on Sunday. Captain Junior Unduka and defender Sadiq Ismail were the real goal scorers for Remo Stars, while Ismail's stunning flying header securing the win. The victory gives Remo Stars a narrow advantage ahead of the second leg in Rabat on Sunday. However, coach Daniel Ogumodede is aware that his team still faces a tough task to reach the next preliminary round. A draw in the second leg will be enough to see Remo Stars through but they will need to be at their best to achieve this. Remo Stars will be looking to build on their first leg win and make history by progressing in the CAF Champions League. And that was the world news on Honor 103.5 FM. Before we go, here is a recap of the main highlights. In the news this afternoon, we informed you that opposition parties have slammed the federal government over $100 million presidential jet purchase. And on the foreign scene, United States have pushed for Gaza ceasefire as Blinken heads to Egypt. And in business, Dangote Refinery is set to roll out petrol in September as the federal government announces crude oil sales. In entertainment, TJ of BB Niger Season 9 has welcomed twin boys with his wife. And finally, in sport news, Remo Stars has taken a slim lead into the CAF Champions League second leg. For eyewitness reports, news mentions, and news commercials, contact the On FM newsroom at 0817-675-5555 or 0913-600-1035. You can also visit our website at www.onofm1035.net for more information. The news was compiled by Adedamola Saka and edited by Richard Ekpo. I am Temitope Dada. Thank you for listening.